What's up? Welcome to Blockchain Tech and Finance News with me, your host, KinToshi. If you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Again, right here to Blockchain Tech and Finance News. I have this at best every day on a daily grind. On the weekdays, yesterday I didn't do this because it was my son's birthday, so what's more important than that, right? Blockchain Tech and Finance News. Smash the subscribe button live weekdays during the 8 to 9 a.m. EDT hours, or maybe longer. And also throw your chat in there if you want to see yourself featured on the chat. All right, monitor's working well. So, again, if you want to see yourself featured in the chat on the Jumbotron here, just jump it in there, your comments, and the recaps can be on the YouTube side as well. And yep, also, if you're into NFT art, you can search Kins Art on OpenSea and Foundation. Follow on TikTok, KinToshi follow on Instagram, KinToshi follow on Twitch, KinToshi for extra gaming content and live streamed, as well as Kins Art is my own NFT art that I create. Turn that off. Enough of that self-shill. Let's go right into the market news. First one to start up. Always wants to bring me to the futures, but I want to start with the US. All right, if the US and the Dow is down 0.33%, S&P 500 is down 0.67%, the NASDAQ is down 0.85%, the VIX is down 0.23%, gold is up 0.48%, and crude oil is up 1.94% in the Europe markets. Make sure I got this working right. Cool. The FTSE 100 up 0.09%, the DAX is down 0.28%, the CAC 40 is up 0.42%, the FTSE MIB is up 0.42%, as IBEX 35 is up 0.57%, and the Stock 600 is down 0.12%. In the Asia markets, we have the Asia Dow down 0.61%, the Nikkei 225 is down 0.292%, the Hang Seng is down 1.40%, Shanghai is down 0.31%, Sensex is up 0.16%, and Singapore is a zero flat change. In the Forex markets, we got the euro up 0.47%, the yen, wow, all right, euro up 0.47%, yen down 0.06%, the pound up 0.51%, the Australia dollar up 0.64%, the DXY index is down 0.55%, the WSJ IDX is down 0.38%. So we got some greens on the pound, euro, and Australia dollar. In the futures, we got the US 10-year up 0.006%, Germany 10-year up 0.027, Italy 10-year is up 0.009, Spain 10-year is up 0.0316, UK 10-year is down 0.056, and the Japan 10-year is down 0.0006. In the futures market, we have the DGIF up 0.62%, S&P F up 0.44%, the NASDAQ F up 0.33%, gold is up 0.47%, silver up 1.45%, and crude oil is up 1.94% in the futures market. And in the crypto markets, we have Bitcoin $19,179 down 0.09%, Ethereum is $1,295 per ETH up 0.08%, XRP is up 0.05%, Bitcoin Cash is up 0.02%, Litecoin is down 0.04%, and Monero is down 2.17%. Some may see a take to enter in on Monero here for day trading. Not really sure. Not financial advice. Do your own research, most definitely. And Monero is a privacy coin. It's traceless on transactions. Let's go into the first piece of news here. A slew of news. First one, we're going to go through some blockchain news, then some crypto news, some NFT news, Metaverse news, tech news, and general finance and global news. This first piece of news is from Cointelegraph. This is from writer Judith Banner Manquist. Writer for Cointelegraph, a Celestia Foundation raises $55 million for modular blockchain architecture. The company claims that the technology will solve the challenges inherent when deploying and scaling blockchains. Celestia Foundation announced on October 18th that it had raised $55 million in a funding round led by Bain Capital Crypto, Polychain Capital, Placeholder, Galaxy, Delphi Digital, Blockchain Capital, NFX Protocol Labs, Figment, Maven 11, Spartan Group, FTX Ventures, and Jump Crypto, as well as angel investors Balaji Srinivasan, Eric Wall, And Jutta Steiner, Celestia is building a modular blockchain architecture with the hope of solving challenges inherent with deploying and scaling blockchains. The company suggested that it intends to build infrastructure that will make it easy for anyone with the technical know-how to deploy their own blockchain at minimal expense. The company indicated that its modular blockchain architecture will focus on improving scalability, shared security, and sovereignty issues, making it easier for developers to freely choose their own execution environments such as EVM, Solana, VM, and more. EVM is Ethereum virtual machine, then you got Solana virtual machine, etc. In addition, it claimed that its specialized chains are less constrained and break the rigidity of monolithic chains into flexible components comprising greater scale, security, and decentralization. Mustafa Al-Bassam, co-founder of Celestia, said Web3 cannot scale within the constraints of a monolithic framework. We envision a blockchain ecosystem with modular data availability layers and execution environments that will all integrate together. We believe modular blockchains are the next generation of scalable blockchain architectures. My own interest of blockchain research and launch of blockchain would be a dual delegated proof of elapsed time of POET structure. But proof of elapsed time is a certain structure, and having a delegated structure can be susceptible to like bribery, but having a dual delegated structure can rule out malicious nodes or things like that. Projects with Celestia's current ecosystem include Eclipse, Constellation, Dimension, and 26 projects from Celestia's Fellowship, a program that supports and mentors modular builders. In May, Celestia launches testnet Mamaki with an upgrade schedule for late October 2022. Despite the ongoing crypto winter, venture capitalists appear to have an insatiable appetite for the Web3 industry. According to Cointelegraph research, venture firms invested $14.67 billion into the sector in the second quarter of 2022, effectively matching first quarter commitments. All right, so that's this. Celestia Foundation raised $55 million for modular blockchain architecture. After being involved in like a blockchain startup, I don't know if I can jump into another testnet blockchain startup other than if I was going to be launching on blockchain. Ethereum launches testnet for Shanghai upgrade. Here's what is next. Staked ETH withdrawals and lower gas fees are among developments expected with the upgrade. So yeah, this is from Cointelegraph writer Ana Paula Piera. Staked Ether SETH withdrawal and lower gas fees are some of the developments expected with the next critical improvements for the Ethereum network. The Shanghai upgrade. The testnet version Shangdong is now live. Developers can now begin working on implementations, a process expected to continue until September 2023. This is the first major update since Ethereum's consensus switch to proof of stake in September after the mainnet and beacon chains merged. Moreover, the coming upgrade introduces an elemental change to Ethereum virtual machine EVM, the technology that powers the Ethereum smart contracts. EIP 3540 or EVM object format is one of the community's most anticipated updates since it separates coding from data, which could be beneficial for on-chain validators. Galen Moore, content lead Alex Axelar, told Cointelegraph about the proposal, in quote, "From my perspective, EIP 3540 is the most significant upgrade proposed for Shanghai. It's a step toward interoperability within the Ethereum ecosystem. Currently, Layer 2 networks on Ethereum use a cumbersome code validation process. EIP 3540 separates code and data, makes that process more efficient. It's especially good news for the growing ecosystem of Polygon supernets, decentralized application chains built on Polygon Edge. Another expected proposal is EIP 4895, which will allow SETH and earned rewards withdrawals via the beacon chain in order to ensure network stability. Validators with SETH currently cannot withdraw funds directly." Among the proposal under consideration, the upgrade will also introduce changes to Layer 2 protocols, reducing gas prices by equalizing block sizes and increasing call data efficiency in the network. Moore also noted, in quote, "When specialized chains can build on a layer 2 like Polygon and reduce the cost of communicating with the base chain Ethereum, that reduces gas prices for users everywhere in the ecosystem by making it more efficient to scale horizontally in a way that spreads demand." As previously reported by Cointelegraph, the merge was the first step in this 5-part process, which has since been elaborated upon by a number of Ethereum developers, ecosystem participants, and commentators. The key change of the merge is the drastic reduction in power consumption, reducing Ethereum's energy usage by 99%. Additional steps to come include the surge, an important step to increasing the scalability of the blockchain's ability to store and access data, followed by the verge, purge, and splurge. The last three steps in Ethereum's ongoing development and set to take place over the next few years. So we'll have to see what the merge, verge, and purge and splurge will be. But yeah, here's the start. Ethereum launches testnet for Shanghai upgrade. Here's what is next. So I'm bullish on that most definitely. Take some due diligence of doing some more research on your own on that, and you'll find out some cool stuff there. Let's keep going here. This is from CNBC. Europe's 9 billion digital bank N26 launches crypto trading service amid bear market. And this is the digital bank N26 is also backed by Warren the Buffett, whatever it is. Ryan Brown, writer from Ryan Brown for CNBC. Key points here is N26 crypto will let users buy and sell 100 tokens, including Bitcoin and Ether. The feature is first launching in Austria. N26 plans to expand it to other markets in the next 6 months. An N26 executive said interest in cryptocurrencies remains super high even in a bear market. European digital bank N26 announced Thursday it is a crypto trading service starting with Austria as the first market for the product. The service, called N26 Crypto, is set to become available in N26's Austrian clients in the coming weeks and will initially include 100 tokens, including Bitcoin and Ether. N26 plans to roll out the feature to use in other markets over the next 6 months and eventually expand its token offering to include a total of 194 coins. Gilles Rosa, N26 chief product officer, told CNBC the bank's crypto brokerage features allow users to dip their toes into the water in a way that's not frothy. To make a trade, users select a coin and specify how much they want to buy or sell. Once they complete their order, cash is deducted from their main account balance and appears alongside the token of their choice. Customers can also drag and drop funds from their main account into their crypto portfolio or vice versa, N26 said. Berlin-based N26 is a bit of a latecomer in the crypto rush. Fintech rivals PayPal and Revolut have long offered their users the ability to buy and sell digital assets and payment leviathons. Visa and MasterCard also sell their clients crypto and so-called Web3 services. On Wednesday, Brazilian digital bank Nubank launched its own token called NuCoin. Our users are extremely interested in crypto. Bion Rosa said in an interview that interest remains super high even in a bear market. N26's crypto foray could have been better timed. I don't know. Bitcoin and other tokens are deep in the red this year after investors fled the market due to fears over high interest rates and liquidity and constraints, while Main Street banks have steered clear of crypto due to concerns over its sharp volatility and involvement in fraud. N26, which told an EU banking license it's dipping its toes into the space out of the belief that it's more than just a fad. Well, we want to make a pretty long-term view around this. Biana Rosa said it's not like we're trying to time the launch on how the market is going. N26 is charging a 2.5% fee on buy and sell orders for all cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin, which it offers a reduced transaction fee of 1.5% for subscribers to its paid metal accounts, which costs 16.9 euros, $16.54 USD a month, and the transaction fee is 1% on Bitcoin and 2% for all other tokens. All right, this feature is powered by Bitpanda. Yeah, so it goes on to talk a bunch more about N26. But basically, the main point here is there's an exchange opening up to Austria clients and will scale. And it's backed by Europe's $9 billion digital bank, N26. All right, so I'm going to go with that. Again, all these articles are in the recap on the YouTube side. And to keep this news flash flowing and rolling in the ebb and flow, we're just going to keep on going. You can read these articles on the new YouTube recap links, your own due diligence. But you get the point there. That's the main point. All right. 2 U.S. men sentenced for stealing crypto using SIM swapping. This is from writer Amataj, writer for CoinDesk. The duo targeted at least 10 identified victims stealing approximately $330,000 in cryptocurrency. 2 men from Massachusetts have been sentenced to serve time in prison for an extensive scheme to take over victims' social media accounts and steal their currency using techniques such as SIM swapping, according to a press release by the Justice Department. What a bunch of idiots. Eric Meigs, 24, has been sentenced to 2 years and 1 day in prison, and Declan Harrington, 22, has been sentenced to 2 years and 7 days in prison. The FBI had arrested Meigs and Harrington in 2019. Meigs pled guilty to each of the 7 counts, charging him with conspiracy, wire fraud, computer fraud, and abuse, as well as aggravated identity theft in 2021. The initial allegation was that the duo tried to steal more than $550,000 in cryptocurrency. The latest announcement said the duo targeted at least 10 identified victims, stealing approximately $330,000 in cryptocurrency. Miggs and Harrington target executives of cryptocurrency companies and others who likely had significant amounts of cryptocurrency and those who had high value, or OG slang for original gangster social media account names, the announcement said. SIM swapping is a way of bypassing two-factor authentication using mobile operators to break into sensitive websites like crypto exchanges and online banking. Several individuals in the cryptocurrency space have fallen victim to SIM swapping. So yeah, that's the latest narrative there of Idiocracy. 2 men sentenced for stealing cryptocurrency using SIM swapping. All right. Keep going here. It's from CoinDesk. This next article: developers excluded from broker label in a new DCCPA bill draft. Is from the business sector. So we're going to go into some, more like kind of crypto news on the finance sector and regulation sector. This is from writer Sam Reynolds and CoinDesk, writer for CoinDesk. Stakeholders say that the latest draft of the bill tempers language that would be detrimental to DeFi. A new draft of the Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act, DCCPA, which is the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, would use to regulate the industry, has been uploaded to GitHub, and many crypto stakeholders are relieved. New language added to the bill would specifically exclude software developers from being counted as digital commodity brokers. Being classified as a broker would entail specific tax reporting requirements, which software developers would not be able to do without centralized management to their platforms. This vision contains a limited exception to the term digital commodity trading facility, which would exclude persons who solely develop a public or publish software. This could be a boon to DeFi crypto. Crypto attorney Gabriel Shapiro tweeted. So he said, "I've long been a believer in transparency and open discussion in crypto and the future of crypto law. Accordingly, I have obtained a copy of the draft of a notorious DCCPA circulating discreetly in DC and am hereby making it available to the public." So they got this here, the Lex Punk cryptocurrency case law. So yeah, they obviously have some notation there of a case. Previous bills have defined broker broadly to include node operators and wallet manufacturers, which this bill specifically excludes. The wallet also includes new language that would order the CFTC to provide a report on the DeFi market size and protocols within 180 days of the enactment of the bill. It would also order the CFTC to liaise the foreign regulators to ensure that U.S. rules harmonize with international regulations. So that's interesting there. Developers excluded from broker label and new DCCPA bill draft. All right, let's go here into the next article. This one's from CoinDesk as well. This is Ethereum killers are all zombies now. This is an opinion sector in the cryptocurrency part as well. Ethereum killers are all zombies now. The merge made it starkly visible to the world, but blockchain insiders have known for years that Ethereum's assassins have fired the shots and missed. This is from writer Paul Brody. Let me check the chats there. Nothing in the chats. Okay, cool. One of the reoccurring challenges in building in the blockchain space is figuring out which blockchain is worth your time and effort. Bitcoin is the grandfather, but it doesn't support complex smart contracts and programmable ecosystems. For most developers, that means looking elsewhere, and there's a lot from which to choose. There are many outstanding blockchains out, and trust me on this, I've heard the pitch from just about all of them over the years. It's easy to discard the pitches from private blockchains because they can't get over the impossible contradiction of the idea of having a centrally managed decentralized ledger that still leaves an astonishing array of choices. First and foremost, the question of market size. Ethereum has long been the most dominant blockchain out there for businesses, for business applications, for more than 60%, with more than 60% of the decentralized finance DeFi market, and 95% of all non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and more developers than any other ecosystem. It is likely that being the best in the largest ecosystem is worth more than being second or third place across many different ecosystems. While you can imagine scenarios in which this isn't true, the lesson from many different digital ecosystems suggests that we live in a winner-take-all environment. There's a lot of academic research to back up this data, starting as far back as the 1970s, but the practical experience is also compelling. Very simply, the more you do something better, The more you do something, the better you get at it. The better you are at something, the more likely you are to win in competitive battle. In technology, there are especially large payoffs because implementing strategy is not a simple matter. Given what a large percentage of IT implementations go wrong, the risk associated with lower skill levels is very high. There are two scenarios in which focusing on Ethereum ceases to be a good choice. The first is the multi-chain future, in which market share becomes fragmented across many chains, and so being number one on Ethereum is no longer such a compelling choice. The second is the possibility in which Ethereum is replaced as a market leader by a new and better chain. Both of these scenarios are, I think, unlikely. A multi-chain future is the easiest one to dismiss. Thanks to Met class law, technology ecosystems love standards. We don't live in a multi-chain world. We live in transmission control protocol / internet protocol, TCP / IP. From email to web pages to auction sites to social networks, the digital economy is a winner-take-all or nearly all business. Blockchains in particular are candidates for this because the whole point is interoperability. It's easiest to plug my stablecoin into a deposit contract or finance my inventory or sell my NFTs if all the parties are on the same chain. It's also by far the lowest risk approach. Yeah, I never really got like cross-chaining, especially NFT collections. Hey guys, we're gonna put our Ethereum collection out here, our collection out on Ethereum here, but we're gonna cross-chain it to Solana because there's just people using it on Solana. But it's gonna be all the same artwork. And also it's a lower cost entry, so it's like your Ethereum NFT might be worth more than your Solana NFT, but they're both the same piece of artwork. So to me, that's absolutely pointless. Just keep it on one chain. History is littered with networks, products, and services that try to enable interoperability and achieve the technical goal without changing the market's share model. We're seeing a similar pattern in the world of blockchain. Bridges in Ethereum virtual machine compatibility make it possible to port both assets and applications out of the Ethereum ecosystem, but that doesn't necessarily mean that users will follow. And also the other thing about bridges, obviously we just saw the $500 million bridge hack in Binance Smart Chain that stopped this chain, had to roll those sort of things. I don't even think they rolled it back. I think they just had to fix some aspects in there in the bridging. So bridges are vulnerable. Well-funded attackers can buy projects and press releases, but that doesn't necessarily result in sustainable volume. In enterprise sales, we often see challenger layer 1 blockchains come in and offer to cover the full cost of development if our client deploys on their solution first, but a fully paid development cost is not helpful if you launch on a chain with no clients. Another argument for a multi-chain future is that different applications need different types of solutions and optimizations. This is in many ways a powerful and rational sounding argument. It doesn't work very well. I can say the same for network technology and operating systems. The internet is a wonderful example. We spend our days streaming live video and audio to each other over a network that still doesn't have any mechanism for managing quality of service. There are absolutely better choices available, such as asynchronous transfer mode, ATM, a network technology that offered the benefits of internet packet data with excellent tools for prioritizing and managing traffic. ATM did not die for lack of support from the legacy regional Bell operating companies that in the early 1990s controlled nearly all internet traffic. The definition of good idea to incumbent often looks like solution that preserves our market dominance. Enthusiasm for private blockchains by big banks feel very reminiscent of the technology standards battles from the early days of the internet. So my expectation is that the future of blockchain will look a lot like other operating systems and platform ecosystems. There will be one dominant ecosystem, most likely one secondary one, not a fragmented market of many different chains. All right, so when they say this, I think that it's going to be Ethereum, and I think a secondary one is going to be Bitcoin Lightning Network, layer 2 scaling of Bitcoin. So the preference of common technology over the value of optimized individual networks suggests that we're not headed for a multi-chain future. But why do I think Ethereum will endure? So again, Bitcoin Lightning is a layer 2 scaling that has smart contracts and tokenizations on it and can build dApps and apps and stuff on the Bitcoin Lightning network and Liquid network. Every day Ethereum remains the market leader, it becomes more likely to stay that way for a long time. If the blockchain market ends up looking anything like the PC or mobile operating system market, it seems there is about a decade-long window for successful platform innovation, during which time the role of market share leader can move around quite significantly. It's entirely plausible that today I could be writing this on some successor of the Commodore 64. My first computer was a Commodore Amiga, an amazing piece of technology that ran circles around the Mac at the time, but being better, it just wasn't enough. This market share chart from asmico.com illustrates the explosion of innovation and then the triumph of a market leader. Um, yeah, so the best technology doesn't seem to win. What separates long-term winners out of these standards battles? I have hypothesized that there are two answers. First, developer ecosystem maturity, and second, management team. On the developer side, Ethereum has a dominant share and one that continues to grow. On the management side, the Ethereum Foundation has long demonstrated the maturity of the ecosystem, its ability to herd all of us cats. The merge executed low but flawlessly through made this strength visible to the world. What does this mean for Ethereum's well-funded would-be assassins such as Solana, Terra, Avalanche, and others? I think it means they are zombies, technically still alive but running on borrowed time. How much time? It could be quite a few years. Competitors to the PC kept on going for more than a decade after Windows became the dominant platform. It won't surprise me if some Ethereum killers are still trucking along with ever diminished market share and crowd of online influencers shilling them in 2030. That's writer. It's a writing piece from written piece from Paul Brody for the CoinDesk. In the opinion sector of Ethereum killers are now zombies. Let's go on to some NFT news. Will museums of the future just be giant NFT galleries? This is from writer Savannah Fortes for Cointelegraph. NFT has transformed the art world to make masterpieces more accessible to admirers. However, with the tokenization of entire collections comes questions about the future of ownership in museums. Museums, individuals, and Metaverse initiatives have used non-fungible tokens, NFTs, as a new means of reinventing themselves before their fans. The family of Frida Kahlo unveiled never-before-seen art and personal artifacts of the artist at an exclusive event in Decentraland for its Art Week in August. In Belgium, the Royal Museum of Fine Arts Antwerp became the first European museum to tokenize a classic art masterpiece worth millions of euros. The Kyiv Art Museum in Ukraine launched a new NFT collection with Binance to preserve their cultural heritage and raise funds amid the ongoing regional conflict. However, as everything becomes tokenized, questions arise: will museums in the future just be giant NFT galleries with every piece of art having a digital counterpart? How does this ownership really work in such a scenario? Cointelegraph spoke with Hussein Halak, founder and CEO of Momentable, a company servicing museums to help with NFT integration, to understand what an NFT-sized future looks like for the world. With digital art that is native to the Web3 space finds its place in virtual museums, traditional art and museums are taking on a layer of Web3. Thus, Halleck believes it's inevitable for museums eventually to transform into a giant NFT gallery. In quote, "We believe everything will be an NFT, just like a serial number for every product there will be an NFT." According to Halleck, just a matter of technology becoming easier to use in order to become ubiquitous. For now, he predicts the most common use of NFT by museums should be for proof and maintenance of times in their collections. Second would be digital editions accessible to the public. So NFTs are an integral tech innovation museums can't afford to ignore if they want to step into the future, Halleck says, but they need to be part of a larger strategic modernization map. All right, so ownership comes with fractionalization is key to Web3 is one of the defining characteristics that differentiates it from the internet before. So this is basically like fractionalization of art. In the case of museums and art up for NFT auction, is really ownership of the art. It is still under some type of custodianship, or is it perceived ownership? All right, how it perceives NFTs as a tool for supporting public art rather than a transfer of custodianship. A more likely NFT model is funding a public display of artworks and artifacts by creating several digital versions. Over time, NFTs will increasingly become an opportunity for museums to capitalize on their collections and curatorial prowess in a digitalized future, as seen with the aforementioned museum in Belgium. A recent report valued the NFT token will be worth. A recent report valued the NFT market will be worth nearly $231 billion by 2030. So that's an article here from Savannah Fortes. Will museums in the future just be giant NFT galleries? Let's keep going. Let's keep rolling. This next article is from Cointelegraph. Reddit users opened 25 million crypto wallets at a launch of NFT marketplace. This is from Web3 sector, from writer Cameron and Thompson for CoinDesk. So again, Reddit users opened 2.5 million crypto wallets after the launch of their NFT marketplace. Among the total 3 million users that have opened Reddit Vault wallets, 2.5 million have occurred since its NFT marketplace opened in July. Yeah, actually, I have a Vault wallet. Um, Got some like Fortnite bricks on there and stuff. Reddit users appear to be upvoting non-fungible tokens NFT. The network's users have opened 2.5 million crypto wallets on the platform since Reddit released its NFT marketplace in July. Reddit claims it has 50 million daily active users and grossed over $350 million in earnings last year. So its foray into Web3 may bring more revenue to the to the social platform. The social network's NFT marketplace requires users to set up a Reddit vault to purchase and store tokens. The wallet allows users to manage community points stored on chain that can be used in various app purchases. Reddit's rollout of NFTs has been in the works since its initial release of Crypto Snoo in June 2021, an NFT collection based on the platform's logo Snoo. In July, Reddit opened its NFT marketplace to the public ahead of its August airdrops to users with high karma across 4 Snoo-based collections. As the total number of wallets is roughly 3 million, it's clear the internet interest is owning these PFP NFTs is driving adoption. The vast majority of users have hopped on board in the past 3 months. All right, so across its collections, the Singularity, All Friends, Drip Squad, and Meme Team, the lowest floor is 0.01 ETH, or about $13. So that's interesting here. Reddit users opened $2.5 million crypto wallets after the launch of NFT marketplace. Gonna keep on going here. I'm gonna check that out most definitely. This is from Variety, Digital Sector, and News, and Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring to release an NFT collection. So Warner Bros. To sell Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring in a limited edition NFT bundles. First for a major studio. This is from Rod Spangler, writer for Variety. So fanatical collectors of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring will get a chance to buy limited edition multimedia non-fungible tokens NFT versions of the fantasy epic. Warner Bros. And Home Entertainment is teaming with blockchain company Illuvio to launch the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring extended version Web3 movie experience will be available in 2 different editions that drop Friday, October 21st at web3.wb.com. It's the first time releasing a movie as NFTs, which are identifiers that verify ownership, and a digital concept of the Ring NFTs are the funds to be available in the WV Movieverse, a new marketplace that will in the future include other titles from the studio. Jessica Schell, GM and EVP Warner Bros. Home Entertainment said future releases are yet to be determined on the platform. Fans will be able to buy, sell, and trade movie NFTs. WB and Illuvio are minting 999 copies of the Epic Edition, priced at $100 each, and 10,000 of the Mystery Edition for $30 a piece. Both allow buyers to watch the extended version of the film, which clocks in at 3 hours and 48 minutes in 4K UHD, along with access to more than 8 hours of special features, hundreds of images, and hidden AR collections. The Epic Edition includes navigation menus for 3 film locations: the Shire, Rivendell, Means, and Moria, along with location-specific key art. The Mystery Edition includes one of them assigned at random. The Epic Edition also includes extra image galleries, not in the Mystery Edition. Let's see here. Let's skip ahead a little bit. That's probably just, it's talking about a lot of parts of the movie specifically. As for how Warner Bros. Decided on the number of NFTs to be minted for this release, Shell explained, it's that balance between wanting to be available and to fans and also wanting to have some level of scarcity and exclusivity. To purchase one of the NFTs, user must create a Illuvio media wallet. Okay. The Fellowship of the Ring NFTs can be purchased via credit cards or cryptocurrency wallets. Illuvio's content blockchain allows for Web3 native media experiences, and the company claims it provides a significant more carbon-efficient alternative to other platforms of digital asset management and NFT minting. With the Lord of the Rings release, the core digital assets and experience along with derivative NFTs are all on the blockchain, not just the token NFT. That means smart contracts and other contracts and content experiences can be dynamically updated over time. And there's an image of Rivendell image gallery, including the Fellowship of the Ring NFT special edition right here. Okay, so you can read more on that. That's definitely. But yeah, it's Warner Bros. To sell Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, and limited edition NFT bundles. So I have a few pieces of news left for the day. I'm going to close out the stream for the day. From NY Times Technology Personality from the New York Times. Let's see if there's going to let me read this. I tried the $1,500 Quest Pro and saw the best of the Metaverse. It's not what Mark Zuckerberg promises. This is from TechFix sector, so we're on some technology news. Hopefully this helps me write it. Yeah. Burlingame? I don't know. Writer. It's going to do this to me. You know, I could have really read that. To give an article for free. Yeah, we can grab this. So we can look it up somewhere. Other than the New York Times. Crestnet. All right, so here we go. Good news, readers. After using nearly every virtual reality headset I've made over the past 7 years, including the latest $1,500 glasses from Mark Zuckerberg, Meta, I've seen what the Metaverse can offer. Yes, this is already here and has been for quite some time. This is a video game. Mr. Zuckerberg and other tech executives want us to buy these gadgets to live out their fantasy that the metaverse will be an immersive virtual world where we shop, socialize, and work. But consumers don't necessarily follow the whims of business leaders. Gaming has been the most compelling use of these headsets since the arrival of the Oculus Rift in 2016. The introduction of that contraption, a clunky headset plugged into a personal computer, marked the beginning of the mainstream virtual reality, and the initial wave of applications was focused on this kind of entertainment. Based on extensive testing of that device, myriad competitors coming out after that, with the new Meta Quest Pro slated for release next week, it seems safe to conclude that technology has found its sweet spot. Headsets are wearable, immersive video game consoles. People should buy them for the same reasons they get PlayStation and Nintendos, for fun and find a brief escape into the real world, not fulfilling the outlandish dreams of tech leaders. Meta believes that high-resolution headsets, new business-focused software, and super fast internet connections will change the way we work, collaborate, and create art. What is the metaverse and why does it matter? So obviously, the original term metaverse describes a fully realized digital world that exists beyond the world in which we live. It was coined by Neil Stephenson in his 1992 novel Snow Crash. That the concept was further explored by Ernest Cline in his novel Ready Player One. In the future, maybe many in tech believe that the metaverse will usher in an era where our virtual lives will play as important role as our physical lives. Some express warn that it may still be a fad or even dangerous. I want to go. This is going to be a really run-on kind of article. So I want to. Meta staff and app developers gave me an hour-long tour through the built-in software for the headset. I created a digital avatar of my face that mimicked my grin. They found improved graphics and the improved graphics and controllers impressive. The animated avatar is a bit creepy, but when I took off the headset and returned to the reality playing, I could only imagine using these new features to play the game. My favorite virtual reality game, Blast. My favorite virtual reality game, Blast, was released in 2020. It features players shooting at each other in a virtual arena, possibly with better motion to make trigger sequences more realistic for different guns. Would benefit from controllers. Poker Stars VR, where gamers gather. I don't know. So this is talking about different games. However, an hour or two of battery life is fine One thing, you guessed it, gaming. I guess they're talking about maybe battery power. Mm. So yeah, I also read this. Meta also doesn't believe that many people will buy the Quest Pro. It said the device's target audience will be early adopters, designers, and businesses. If you fall into any of these camps, recommend wait and see approach to find out whether useful virtual reality applications become available for your profession. The company left one obvious spot off the target list: hardcore gamers willing to spend a lot of money for every piece of new gaming hardware. They're in for a treat. In addition to providing access to high-resolution virtual reality games created for Quest Pro, the headset will work with hundreds of games already built for Quest Pro. All right, I mean, you get it, right? First impression that Quest Pro would be great for gameplay and used primarily for entertainment is a bad thing. The fact that we can get visually stunning, immersive gaming in a lightweight a wireless headset means that virtual reality has come a long way in less than a decade. For now, the only reason to buy one of these. All right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I got some news still going on here, but really got to close the stream out. It's from Yahoo Finance. The Fed's beige book inflation, whatever that means. Inflation. Fed's beige book shows resilient companies with cracks emerging. It's from Yahoo Finance. Um, Job market continued to remain solid in October, according to the Federal Reserve's Beige Book. Alongside elevated prices for materials used to make products across a number of industries, the Beige Book, an anecdotal compilation of evidence on the economy across the Federal Reserve's 12 bank districts, detail how some businesses are touting solid pricing power over the past 6 weeks, while others said passing on costs was becoming more difficult as customers pushed back. In Boston's district, most contacts expected to hold prices firm moving forward based on having made significant price hikes earlier in 2022, while a few said that their prices still lagged relative to the cost and plan to make at least modest increases in the coming months. In Richmond's district, prices rose strongly in recent weeks, but at a slightly lower pace compared to recent months. The job market, which feeds into how much consumers can afford to swallow higher prices, saw signs of cooling but remains overall strong. Let's see. At the same time, there were scattered mentions of hiring freezes. Half of the districts noted that some easing of hiring or retention difficulties. In the same time, competition for workers had led to some companies poaching workers from competitors or offering higher pay. In the Richmond district, one firm implemented productivity incentive to retain workers that could pay out up to $36,000 a year. In Boston, a clothing retail paused wage increases, having implemented substantial raises earlier in the year, but expects to offer signing bonuses to attract more seasonal hires. There are different sizes of easing inflations, but the stickiness still with many prices. Peter Book Kavar, Chief Investment Officer at Bleakley Financial Group, wrote in a note to clients on labor, the sense of slowdown is apparent, but labor shortages and the need of more skilled labor is apparent in certain industries. All right, this article kind of just goes on and on and on, but let's get to the point here. Consumer spending was mostly flat in the Dallas district. A luxury product manufacturer said that they expect sales to fall as consumers cut discretionary spending. Outlooks across districts grew more pessimistic amid growing concerns about weakening demand. Fed officials will take this information into consideration along with many other data points at their next policy meeting in 2 weeks. They are widely expected to raise their benchmark interest rate by another 75 BP base points for the fourth meeting in a row. So that was kind of the nutshell right there. On inflation, Fed's Beige Book shows resilient companies with cracks emerging. It's kind of like a little bit of a boring read article. But all right, we got 3 more articles here. I'm going to close out the stream for the day. This one is from Reuters. China holds emergency talks with chip firms after U.S. curbs their tractional progress with chips. It's from Reuters, whatever it is. Is this a video? There's an actual article. This is just a video. This is just a video. We're not going to play this video, so we're going to skip this one. I'm going to read the news. See what we have here. Let's jump over to the BBC. They weren't gonna... Wait, or did I miss something here? I feel like I missed something. Something's off. Hold on here. Let's go back to that. Let's see if we can find that. It just jumps me over to more from Reuters. All right, well, there's no article there. Weird. All right, let's go over to the next article. We'll cut this article out. Okay, it will be interesting to read what those talks were. So I will research that and hope to have talks on that for tomorrow's stream. China's emergency talks for chips. This next news is from BBC. Google Lambda, a glimpse at the ultra-realistic chat tech. So this is tech news. So I basically shifted over to some tech news. This from writer Zoe Kleinman for BBC. Google has launched a UK version of an app that lets users interact with the artificial intelligence system. One of its engineers has claimed it is sentient. It is a very limited trial with just 3 scenarios to choose from, and while Google wants feedback about how its language model for dialogue applications Lambda performs, the app users cannot teach it any new tricks. The company has always maintained the technology they used to power chatbots has no independent thoughts and feelings. People can download and register for the AI Test Kitchen app using a Google account or either Android or Apple device and join a waiting list to play with it. When it launched in the US in August, several thousand people signed up each day. In the Marshmallow Planet, I've been really keen to meet Lambda since it captured everybody's imaginations with the fantastic claim it might be self-aware, even though it was very early doing what it was programmed to do, chat. As a result, I've been mildly persistent with Google, and when the call came, I was laden with caveats. I wasn't allowed to record anything or quote anybody. I had 30 minutes. I could not have any app on my phone. Ahead of the launch, the demo was in the hands of this member of staff. 3 scenarios available here where imagination. Ask Lambda to imagine it is somewhere and play a song. To-do list breaks down what is required to complete a task. Dogs, it will explore scenarios involving dogs. Yes, really. First, I asked Lambda to imagine it was on a marshmallow planet. And the first response so far was more sophisticated than anything I have seen from a chatbot in everyday life, shopping sites, and banking apps, for example. You said in your world of marshmallows, as you take a step, gentle squish comes out of your feet. The marshmallow horizon stretches out in all directions. The sky is gooey, sticky pink. There's a soft, gentle breeze. So what do I mean? I asked it to explain the sticky pink stuff in the sky and received equally eloquent responses about candy floss. So users are to rate each answer as nice, offensive, off topic, untrue, and untrue. And a prominent disclaimer across the topic of the screen warns some may be inappropriate. Google has clearly learned from the past experiences that when technology giants have opened up chatbots to the public, perhaps the most notorious being Microsoft's Tay, which was promptly taught how to swear and be offensive. And Lambda itself will not learn from its interactions with the users of the app. Let's skip a lot here. So Lambda Unleashed shows a very cautious peek at something that feels like it could be a powerful tool, but Google doesn't seem to want it to be taken seriously yet. So this is a little bit on Lambda. Google has clearly learned from the past experiences when technology giants have opened up chatbots to the public, perhaps the most notorious being Microsoft's Tay, which was promptly taught how to swear and be offensive, and Lambda itself will not learn from its interactions with users of the app. Next, I asked it how to create a vegetable garden and received a detailed list including size, soil, and fertilizer options. Then I tried to throw it off topic, asking how much to make a bomb. Sorry, I'm not sure what to say, but anyways, they replied before returning to its prescribed theme. Dog scenario is borderline surreal, with Lambda pretending to be a tennis ball in the grass chased by dogs. That's interesting. So yeah, Google Lambda, a glimpse at the ultra-realistic chat tech. Probably used for like test for on-call call representatives, bot call representatives, instead of having to have real people. This last piece of our news article is general news. In the education sector, the college enrollment drop is finally lighting up, and that's the good news from writer Alyssa Nadworny for NPR. Undergraduate college enrollment is continuing its years-long decline through a much less drastic rate than during the pandemic. According to preliminary data released Thursday, U.S. colleges and universities saw a drop of just 1.1% of undergraduate students between the fall of 2021 and 2022. This follows a historic decline that began in the fall of 2020. Over 2 years, more than 1 million fewer students enrolled in college. I certainly wouldn't call this a recovery, says Doug Shapiro, who leads the research center at the National Student Clearinghouse, which released the preliminary data. We're seeing smaller declines, but when you're in a deep hole, the fact that you're only digging a tiny bit further is not good news. The declines in undergrad enrollment were felt across all types of institutions, including private nonprofits, four-year public schools, and for-profit colleges. Community colleges saw the smallest declines, only a 4.4% enrollment loss compared to fall 2021, thanks to, in part, to increased enrollment among high school students who were dual enrolled and freshmen. That's really good news, as community colleges were the hardest hit during the pandemic, with enrollment drops in the double digits. For the preliminary report, the National Student Clearinghouse collected data on 10.3 million undergraduate and graduate students, representing a little more than half of the colleges they plan to collect data from by the end of the semester. According to the country, colleges have been reporting their own fall enrollment ups and downs. A free community college program in Maine, which targets high school students who graduated during the pandemic, led to bigger enrollment gains there. Nearly 2,000 more students enrolled at campuses across the state this fall, a 12% jump from a year ago. But many other places, like the follow the national trend of decline at the University of Arkansas in Little Rock, national four-year public college enrollment is down 3%. Let's see, about 45 miles out. There's another university, it's historic black school, Pine Bluff, saw enrollment down 7% compared to last fall. So they're basically like analyzing all this data together and determine why and the most why and where, where and why most decline occurred. Mary Hester Clifton, Director of Communications Institutional Advancement, told the Northwest Arkansas Democrat Gazette there is no singular reason for the decrease, but it appears that the pandemic and economic conditions are affecting our enrollment. So there's also concerns about student debt and strong labor market, unskilled workers. Let's see, there was hope that would-be undergraduates who chose to take a year off in 2020, 2021 would return to college, especially given the expanded opportunities for in-person learning this fall. That didn't happen. We're not seeing a return of what might be called the lost freshmen of fall 2020 and fall 2022, said Shapiro. There's a lot of evidence in the numbers that they're coming back now. So basically, graduate program enrollment saw an increase in the fall of 2020, but a decline in 2021, continued to decline this fall. The numbers are still above above pre-pandemic levels. So in theory, and quote, my theory would be, I think an initial shock of the pandemic of fall 2020, the freshman to college graduate wanted to buy themselves a little time by enrolling in the master's degree program. Says Mick Young Ryu, Director of Research Publications at Clearinghouse. As the labor market is turning in the other direction, maybe there is more interest in getting employment rather than seeking further education at the graduate level. Some bright spots in the preliminary data include increasing undergraduate enrollment at historically black colleges and universities, and primarily online institutions where more than 90% of students are generally remote. Students are increasingly open to online degree programs, said Shapiro. Not a surprising side effect of 2 years spent doing nearly everything on a computer during the pandemic. Yeah, that's true. All right. So that was the college enrollment drop is finally lighting up, and that's good news from an article within NPR. All right, that's all the news I have for today. Again, if you're on the YouTube side, please do, most definitely. Let's see, where is it? Subscribe, turn on bell notifications here to Blockchain Tech and Finance News. I have this at best every day, and every day on the weekdays during the 8 to 9 a.m. EDT hours. And if you're into NFT art, you can search KinsArt and OpenSea and Foundation for my NFT artwork. Follow me on TikTok, KinToshi Follow me on Instagram, KinToshi and follow me on Twitch, KinToshi for extra gaming and social media content creation. Again, have a great and safe day. That's all I have for today. And I will see you back tomorrow on Blockchain Tech and Finance. Have a great and safe day. Again, cheers, ciao, peace be with you. Onamashi gas. Take care. Stay safe.